Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Johnny Rojas. I am a guitar player for Cursed Bloodlines, and you are listening to Underground Noise Webzine.
Hey everybody, I'm Moth. I play bass for Cursed Bloodlines, and you're listening to Underground Noise Webzine.
This is Brian with Cursed Bloodlines. I'm the guitarist, and you're listening to Underground Noise Webzine.
Yo, this is Malcolm, vocalist for Cursed Bloodlines. You're listening to Underground Noise Webzine.
Awesome. Welcome to my show, you guys. You guys are Webisode number 158.
Nice.
Nice.
I think that's the best number.
Gonna keep climbing, Malcolm. There's no doubt about it, dude. The first question I'm gonna throw out there at you guys is this one. It's pretty simple. Who came up with the name?
Another band, actually. Well, let me explain a little bit. So, none of the founding members of the band are still in the band. I think out here in the desert, we all just had a small group of people. We'd all be in multiple bands. And I've jammed with all these people since junior high. And, just thrashing out in here in the desert. And then there's a few other people, but we would all make a few different bands. Yeah, and long story short, like the original band members started up the band. We got in there, some people dropped out over time, and that's the current lineup. So
Yeah, who knows why they called it Cursed Bloodlines, but it fits. It's always fitting. So
Put a lot of time into it. So once they quit, we just kept it running.
yeah.
It's totally understandable. I mean, you guys have your own unique sound, you know what I mean? Some bands have it and some bands don't. And some bands are like, oh, this is really moving, but this I can't really relate to it.
Right. I mean, when you put so much time and effort into certain songs and you're just like, I really want people to hear these.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just drop like those and just not release them, I think. I mean, we got to the point where like, well, do we call it quits or do we keep on going? Because at the time, our drummer was mixing all the stuff and we didn't really know anything about mixing, but Brian really stepped up to the plate and he kicked ass and just did master classes on mixing. And so we're able to do everything in-house. And I think that's keeps control over our sound.
Yeah. From the live sound to artwork to everything.
I got a question for you, Malcolm. What happens when you switch around the letters in the name Brian?
Brian, you get Ryab.
Close. You get Brain.
Brain. Yeah, Brain Oaks. That's actually a lot of his things. His email, funny enough, is spelled with a brain rather than Brian because he misspelled
I got shit from work that's got brain on it. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm cursed forever with brain.
Okay, this is a question for all four of you. What song did you find the most difficult to write? And also, what song did you guys find to be your favorite that you've written?
that might differ between all of us, actually.
I'd say Bloodbath was probably one of the harder ones, just because it almost turned into like riff salad in the beginning.
It started to run away from us.
Yeah, and then we had to like figure out a flow to it. That one was probably one of the more difficult ones to write. But for the most part, I mean, we all kind of come together and we all put our ideas in. We try to listen to each other when it comes to writing music, and usually it flows pretty well. We try not to force anything. We try to like just go with what the feeling of it is. We're not trying to like sound like a specific sound when we're writing something. But yeah, I think Bloodbath was probably one of those songs that almost just turned into riff salad and almost just got tossed in the trash, I feel like.
Yeah. And for me, one of the hardest to write was Rats in the Walls, which is also my favorite. Yeah, so it's just a
Yeah.
different style than I'm used to.
There was a few songs that we had. I write most of the songs, but there's a few songs that we had that were badass songs, but just completely threw me for a loop. So I just kind of handed the buck off to Tim because he likes writing too, and I was like, dude, do something with the song. I can't think of anything with it. And he comes up with this badass shit that's rats in the walls, and I'm just like, and it's badass because it throws me to do something vocally that I would normally not do. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why you get like such good like vocal rhythms, I think, inside this album. Just because there's several different writers, several different influences, and we try and do that integrated between all the songs. But I'd have to say the song for me that was the hardest to write would have had to have been Strange Matter. That has to be like one of our oldest songs. Like this album took about 5 years to make.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years.
5 years, yeah. But it was a song that had a lot of different iterations what to do vocally. Um, and it was honestly one of the last songs that I completed on the album, but it was the one that was written first musically.
Okay. And how about you, John?
Well, I'm the newest member of the band, so I can't really claim any writing duties. But as far as like playing all the songs, it's been very much a challenge for me to learn a new, I guess, if you will, a trade. I come from like a progressive rock blues background, but I took the mantle to start learning metal. So I've been learning a lot of new techniques, and I would say probably the most engaging, I think, as far as the playing goes, or the most energetic one that I particularly enjoy playing is Virulent. It's really high paced. It's got a really cool groove in it, and it's definitely full of riffs, which I really enjoy doing.
That is so cool. Yeah, because I was listening to Bloodbath the other day. I was like, yeah, that song fucking slaps. What the fuck?
Mhm.
And then you hear
Right,
something
yeah.
else, it's like it slaps you this way, it slaps you that way. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's
Yeah,
fucking sick.
I'm really happy with that one. There was no way that I was gonna let them drop Bloodbath just because I had some things that I could do in it, and I really wanted to do it. So like that, it was I think during the chorus, I always like to plug my nose when I do the scream, and it gives me like a really beastly tone. And the chorus for Bloodbath just screamed to do that. So I was just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, the fucking vocals turned out amazing on that one.
That's funny that you mentioned that, Malcolm, because I remember seeing you guys in Arkansas last year in October at Field of the Dead.
Oh, you're right. You were there? Awesome.
It
That's
was.
awesome.
I was actually there, and I don't. I remember if I got acquainted with you guys. I remember talking to Tim, I believe, for a brief second, because I recognized the mustache. You see that mustache, it's almost impossible to say, hey,
Trademark
Absolutely.
mean,
That's awesome, man.
Badass, yeah.
No,
I was there with
yeah.
I was there. I showed up for my friends that were working out with Smoked Out Barbecue. One of the
Mhm.
vendors.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
Nice.
So I was hanging out with those guys, helping them cook and stuff, and going up there to the stage and pitting with Pessimist and Pyrexia.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was such a great experience.
Yeah.
We would honestly love to go back there anytime. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite places to play so far.
It was amazing.
We played
It was like everybody was family out there. You gotta love the metal community,
just in large, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because the Heathen House, they have great hospitality. In fact,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
this
yeah.
is my Arkansas Death Fest shirt.
Nice.
I mean, I would have worn my Field of the Dead shirt, but I didn't find it in time, so I grabbed this one because my band Nightmare Crypt played there in May, actually.
Okay.
Really?
Nice.
Oh,
Awesome.
Nice.
So I'm just glad that Davide Polito hit you guys up. He's like, you want to interview these guys, these guys, and he always throws different bands at me. Then when
Yeah.
he's you guys, I was like, wait a minute, I just had it back over.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
That's
So I
crazy.
sent him that message. I'm like, I saw them in Arkansas last year. He's like, holy shit, small world. I'm like,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
That's honestly one of the most badass things that I can think of is starting to say small world when it comes to the music community. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's just amazing the reception that we've gotten from this album. We put our heart and soul into it and we continue to do so. We've got plans immediately to come out with another album. We have 3 songs that we are trying to hammer down really quickly. Not really quickly because we never do it like that,
Mhm.
um but just to really put out some badass shit and take everything that we learned on the making of Virulent and just really apply it to
Yeah.
outdo ourselves to the extreme on
Refine
this
it,
album.
make it better.
Yeah. And in every aspect, from our live sound to our recordings. You know what I mean? Like we love to nerd out on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with nerding out. I do that.
Absolutely.
I do that with playing games on my phone sometimes, you know. I'll just,
No, these guys on Elden Ring.
I mean, Michael,
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
being the lyricist and most of the music writer in my band, I like to play these word games because you can find different words. You know, like,
Oh yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
that might work in this might work in that. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Good
Yeah.
point.
No, I mean, there are times when I'm writing music and I'm like, I hate words.
Mhm.
And I love it.
Yeah. But no, yeah, absolutely. When you find exactly the word that should be in that song at the exact moment, there's nothing better than that.
It fits the rhythm perfect and all that shit,
Yeah, I just came up with a funny question out of my brain. This one's for Brian. What's wrong with this picture? Malcolm's not in the middle. You are.
Hey, that's a common misconception that Malcolms are always in the middle. I'm actually the oldest. Not in the band, but in my clan family.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I had to say it just the way you guys are sitting. You know, yeah, I couldn't resist. Now that's a
It's a good observation.
You actually did a lot better than a lot of people because at least you put it into something like a question. A lot of people just go Malcolm, oh, like in the middle, and I'm like, man, fuck you.
You do
well,
it.
hey. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right.
It's good to have a laugh.
Don't get me wrong, I am
Right.
good at skiing, but
Expert.
I like to ice skate and roller skate. I can't lie. I grew up
Oh,
in
yeah.
New York, so might as
all
well.
good stuff.
Yeah, buddy. You guys have any upcoming shows that you want to talk about?
We have one in Orange County, June 7th.
The Orange County Death Metal Fest?
And Metalcore Festival or something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first one of this actual festival, and there's a few good bands that I recognize on there, so
Yeah.
ready to rock some shit out.
And some local shows. I think we're
Yeah, there's we always try and just do local shows like the random pizza place around here, like shout out to the $5 pizza place in Landers. Like we always love to head over there and just do a random show and just see who shows up and eat some pizza.
yeah.
Pizza.
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 Right.
Let's start out with John for this question. Okay. If you could bring back one band whether they're not in active mode right now or not, who would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one, man. I can't say that it's a metal band, but the first band to come to mind is the band Chon, Chon. They're
Okay.
kind they're what I guess you would call math rock, not like progressive rock from the 70s, but more modern, like 2000 2010s math rock. And the guys know how to get down on the guitar. And during COVID, they went on a hiatus and then just decided to just stop playing. And every once in a while, they'll pop up with like they have like a lo-fi beats track called Orange Sofa right now, and like Kenny, what's his name? That sax player. Anyways, they're just an amazing band, amazing writers. I love the way what they do, and if they could get back together, I'd be so happy because every time I listen to the music, I'm so sad that I'll never get to see them live again because it was really a spiritual like experience going to one of their concerts and spinning around in the mosh pit and crowd surfing. It was amazing.
How about the rest of you guys?
Nirvana, but keep Kurt Cobain on heroin to see what actually happens. That's it. He can't get off the heroin. That's the only deal. Just we might get another year of Nirvana.
That's when a lot of bands go downhill is when they get off the heroin anyway, you know?
That's a tough question, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard one.
Yeah.
Say the first one that comes to mind.
The first one for me that comes to mind is like Immortal in its original form before the split. I mean, they're still around, just that they're kind of not what they used to be because they're not all together. So that'll be it for me, Immortal.
What about you, Brian?
That's a tough one.
You
I don't
can't say
know.
Nirvana.
Well, I don't know. I would actually, if Ozzy with Randy Rhoads was back together, I'd love to see some more Randy Rhoads.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
that's a
or
good
if
Yeah,
Randy
that'd be kick ass.
live. Yeah, probably what comes to mind, you know, because he was a legendary guitarist that just
Or even Dimebag.
yeah, Dimebag would be badass.
Yeah. If I'm being serious, it would probably be Chris Cornell. He's probably my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Time.
Yeah,
You know, anything that he always did, I still listen to that every day. He's just a legendary vocalist in my mind.
Right.
I have to admit, I like some grunge every now and again myself, actually. So there's
Yeah.
that. You know, everybody likes what they like, and I'm not going to knock someone down for what they like, but if I don't like it, that's okay. I'm just going to say, hey, would you like to play Frisbee with a Limp Bizkit CD today?
Why not? I go first.
Hey, we can always do Frisbee golf if that's fine. Here, play cornhole with that. Jesus. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, the possibilities are endless, right?
Yeah, always.
Okay, next question for y'all. What band were you looking forward to seeing when you guys were there in Arkansas?
Oh, that's easy. Malefic.
Yeah, same here.
For me, it was definitely Malefic. I was checking out all the bands. They're all good. It would have been kind of cool to see Green Jelly.
Yeah,
but
that was mine.
The band that stuck out to me when I was checking them all out was Malefic, and oh, they blew my mind as musicians and as people. Like,
yeah, they're
cool guys.
Yeah,
Real cool guys.
they were awesome. They put on a great show.
Yeah, they own that stage for sure.
Yeah.
I'm bad with names. What was the name of that one band? damn, they played a couple.
Power Man 5000.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
You talking about Vampire Police?
I was the dude that was always talking about mammoths.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that band was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
they were cool as shit. There was
Oh,
something
I know who you're talking about. Mammoth Caravan.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I love those dudes.
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah, they were awesome.
They're so dope. They're one of my,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because they got the atmospheric sound and feel to them, and then they just go into the distortion and they get real doomy about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine them stomping around in 13-foot piles of snow.
I'm not sure if it snows in Arkansas, but it might.
But you get enough mammoths, they bring the snow.
They bring the snow.
I would have to say for me, I really wanted to see Green Jelly, but that was a funny situation in itself. But Grave Huffer was my favorite band of that entire show. Just because Dan up there, he freaking killed it with his highs. And he just came out there with like this yellow shirt, and he wasn't like trying to look death metal or anything like that. They were like the most like awesome, like down to earth guys that you could meet. But he's just like, you know what? I just get up here and I have fun.
Yeah,
And I was like, that is badass.
that's metal.
That's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
A lot of people take it, the other way, and it's like, nope, that's not.
Yeah, exactly. No, one of my favorite things to do is just come out there with a jug of like 99-cent water and just set it down on the stage.
Stomach hanging out the bottom of his shirt.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll go out there in slippers and sweatpants, or action slacks as I like to call them, but like if I could, like just wake up and just go outside and fucking kick ass and rock.
Yeah, as long as you don't come out in a onesie and say Pikachu.
Oh, no.
I mean, you can, but
Malcolm doesn't do that.
No, that's not me.
You should do that for the next show. We each be a Pokemon.
I don't already
Or a
have
kaiju.
those slippers.
How does he know you do that, Malcolm?
yeah, just go out there looking like a Charmander or something. You see that one band that actually did that, looking like a dragon or a pterodactyl?
How long have you been on my webcam? I mean,
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
That was OnlyFans.
Wait, what band is this again? Cursed
oh, Spaghetti Toes.
Toes. Good stuff, Spaghetti Toes. That's a new one. Yeah, man, that's good. So let me ask you guys, have any pre-show warm-ups, like things you like to do before you perform?
As far as shows, I think it's the same thing that we always do live. I mean, we kind of always get into a room, and before we even like hook up the shit, like we all know each other or most of the band knows each other, but we like to have a good rapport. There's always a good half an hour of us just bullshitting, talking shit on each other, basically for, I don't know, good half an hour.
We loosen up socially before we get down musically.
Yeah, we like to take each other down a peg before we build each other up.
Especially Zach.
Yeah, have you seen that guy? Our drummer, by the way, he's got the face.
Face.
Yeah.
By the way,
make fun of him. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's a good drummer.
He's a
Good
sexy
guy.
bitch of a drummer.
He's the youngest in the band too. I think he's 28, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could stay though, unfortunately. So maybe next time.
let's go back to Arkansas again for a second here. What do you guys think of that wrestling match?
Ah,
Oh, we missed it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I did not see that either. Yeah, we kind of were just staying right around the music area.
Well, they were set up right in front of the stage, right? I think we had
Yeah.
to leave for that.
Yeah, we had to get ready to hit the plane early ass in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had to roll out.
Yeah, we didn't really know what to expect going out there. Otherwise, we probably would have came out and camped. That's
The-
what I wanted to do.
The next show that we'll play, we're gonna camp there, and
So
we're
we'll
gonna
be there for the whole time.
Yeah.
So we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll send you the video of whoever did the 3D angles of it.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Because I'm following you guys on Failbook.
Oh,
Failbook.
nice. Yeah, Failbook.
Yeah, Failbook.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm like, what?
I've been calling it that for years. Failbook and Timeline.
Mhm.
Good.
It ain't no timeline, that's Timeline. I mean, kind of makes me say, don't you guys wish that Tom Anderson would resurrect the original MySpace?
Right?
Right?
I'm still on MySpace.
Yeah.
I still have Tom on my friends.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, he just don't give a fuck.
He knew when to get out of the game before like being confronted with being a lizard.
That or a chomo.
Yeah.
Reploids.
Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Well, I've only got a few questions left for you guys tonight. Where do you guys see yourselves in the next 5 years?
Mm,
We're hoping we're gonna be making a living off of our music.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
In
Yeah.
5 years, I want to be touring South America or something.
Not wearing collared shirts and working and shit.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would like to have a few more albums out. I don't mind actually being sat right here in this chair 5 years from now, but I would just like to be doing something different,
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
music. You know what I mean?
Doing
So,
what we love.
Playing Vakken.
yeah, and continue to push the boundaries. Hopefully, a lot more people hear our music, and hopefully, we can just keep on playing shows and
Yeah.
see how far we can take this.
And keep breaking the mold the way metal's supposed to be.
Yep. 'Cause, I don't think I'm gonna stop.
No.
You shouldn't give up on your dreams. Never.
Hell no.
How about you, John? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
In 5 years, it's hard to say. Everything's evolving for me pretty much on a monthly basis. But I definitely see myself being more involved in music, pushing the limits of myself as a musician, and I guess a songwriter as well and filmmaker.
Awesome. That sounds really cool. Filmmaking, huh?
Yep.
Pornos.
That's one thing.
There's
I
not
don't
enough
know
money
how to
in
do.
there.
Oh, that's okay.
So I
Not-
need more butthole in this picture.
Not everything turns out the way you want it to sometimes, but sometimes when it does, you're like, hey, fucking hey, this final product's badass. Let's keep going.
Right.
Sometimes you don't get enough butthole in the shop.
It's not cowbell.
That's code name for butthole.
That's exactly right. See, that's where I was going with that too. All right, guys. Do you have any final words for Underground Noise Webzine?
No, thanks for having us.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It's been fun. Hopefully we get to go back to Arkansas and maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah, no, we'll absolutely see you
It's a
there.
badass coincidence too, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't help but resist the mustache floating around in the sky. When Pessimist was playing, I mean, did you guys happen to check out Pessimist at all?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because they were the last band that played on the opening day.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
we saw
yes,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah, the ones that came and stepped in for Green Jelly, yeah, they were badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually got to introduce them.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
gotcha.
Nice.
Okay,
I'll send you guys that video too.
nice. Hell yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, mind you, I was tripping on shrooms.
Yes.
So I sound a little mumbling.
We're from California. We don't put up with that sort of nonsense.
Political nonsense. Just say no to the government. Just say no.
That's awesome, bro.
Well, it was awesome having you guys. Fucking A, keep
Yes,
slamming.
sir. You have a great one, man.